Hey, 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 welcome back, Costco cousins, to a special edition of Costco Chronicles because today we are going to do it a little different. I am starting by showing you some shopping in the store, but it's just for this particular product because I am now going to take this product home and sample it. Do a little taste test, if you will. Do a little review, if you will, of some products from the Costco shopping that I do. So in today's video, we're going to start with the cinnamon rolls, as you see here. Then we're going to do the Phillips mini crab cakes after that. Then after that, we're going to do the Kirkland not white chocolate, it's just milk chocolate and almond ice cream bar. And then to close out for today's episode, we're going to do the tiramisu imported from Italy. Yes, that's right, imported from Italy. So those will be the four products we do today. If there are other products that you would like to see featured on this type of episode where I'm taste testing, cooking, and showing you how the items look when they're prepared, if it actually looks like the packaging, perhaps, let me know and I will do more of these. And if you let me know what you like to see, I will try to feature those particular products. So first things first, I have to take the wrapping off of this, and you've seen the nutrition facts there. And so I thought this was just like a thing of biscuits where you open the package by taking the outer wrapper off and then you press down with some pressure. But for some reason, that wasn't working for me. And on the directions, it's showing you using a spoon to push on the package. I'm like, really? I need a spoon? So I'm trying it with the spoon, and that didn't work either. Then I realized there's another layer to peel off. So the first layer has to come off, and then this second layer has to come off. And then, of course, just pressing it with my hands even gets that to open right away, just like the biscuits would normally open. So there are two layers of wrapping that you have to remove. So word to the wise for that. But once that's done, you can see I got the parchment paper on my cookie sheet, just so I'm not going to have any issues with this sticking. And it says to spread it apart 2 inches, which is what I am going to try to do. Maybe not get a complete 2 inches. And I thought there were 6 of these in here, but it looks like it's just 5. And that's the icing pack that comes with it. So there are 5 of these, so you don't need that large of a tray here. And just going to try to spread these around a little bit so that they are not touching. Of course, it's all about the space for them to expand. They're going to expand a little bit more from here. Oven is already preheated, so get that in. And with the magic of time, bam! These are ready and good looking, I have to say. I'm thinking I may have had the oven on a little higher than what they required because I was doing some other cooking at the same time. But so they got a little browner, perhaps, than they were supposed to get. However, that's fine for me because I prefer crunchy over, mushy in terms of my pastry. So just going to try to do a little drizzle on this here. And you can see I'm not going to use the whole package of icing. I'm kind of being a little thrifty here with the icing. I don't care for something that's really overly sweet. So just going to have a little drizzle of that, and about half, more than half of that icing is remaining after this first run of drizzling. Now, these just came out of the oven, so I wouldn't recommend you trying to eat them right now as I am doing, but I am going to try to eat them right now. Take a little bite. And I gotta say, in terms of the flavor, it's pretty good. The cinnamon, I'm not getting as strong as I would like to. Unfortunately, this gets compared to something like a Cinnabon, which, let's get it in the mall, smell it from a mile away. This smelled great while it was cooking, but it just feels like it could have a little more cinnamon flavor. And it's a little dry. So you can see I'm adding a little more of the icing just to give it a little more moisture, really, because it's sort of dried out, and that could again been because I maybe had the oven on high. and maybe left those in too long. Or it could be that this is actually a product that says it's organic in nature. But all in all, I give it an 8 out of 10. So I would recommend. Next, we're going to the Phillips Mini Crab Cakes, Maryland style. Now, understand for this, I did spend some time in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, familiar with this restaurant because this restaurant actually exists there, maybe other parts of the country as well. But in Washington, DC, there's a restaurant. In Baltimore, there's a restaurant. And of course, Maryland is where crab cakes come from. So there's a place, G&M, in Baltimore that has, in my opinion, the absolute best crab cakes I've ever had in the world there in Baltimore. So, you're coming from that perspective and you're trying these. So that's unfortunately going to be the comparison that I'm probably going to make thinking about that, as well as the crab cakes when I've had them at the Phillips restaurant. So this would be like getting a frozen White Castles. You've had White Castles in person at a restaurant and then you try the frozen White Castles, there might be a little bit of a fall off of the taste or the quality from the frozen variety from in the store. But not many people have been to the actual Phillips restaurant. So for you, understand your mileage might vary in terms of the taste of this. But so we've seen the particulars on the ingredients as well as the directions. Going to do maybe almost half of the package here. It's 36. I'm doing about 12, I think, is what I'm going to end up doing. Got the oven preheated using same thing, just a cookie sheet, but going to put some of this parchment paper on it because I know for sure it does have oil in it or butter or something. And so don't want that to make a cleanup too difficult and not worry so much about it sticking to the pan because of the oil that is going to come out of it here. But it's not too difficult to prepare once I get my parchment paper together here. It's taking me a little bit to do that. And then it is going to require you to cook it for a few minutes. And then in the middle of its cooking, pull it out to turn it over so that I guess it cooks on all sides, which is just fine with me. And these are really pre-cooked and then flash frozen, I'm assuming, so that by the time we get them, we're really just kind of browning them. We're not really cooking them. And they want you to cook this from frozen. And so I'm doing this in the oven here for this, but it does have directions for doing it in a toaster oven, which might have some even different results. The results might vary there. In fact, I might try this in a toaster oven the next time. The reason I'm doing the real oven is because it's chilly here right now in Nevada, and I like to bake in the winter months because there's an extra source of heat for the house when you're baking in the winter months. So that's why this is going to be baked in the full size oven. Though certainly I would try this in the toaster oven the next time, and you should do that as well. So that's it. That's how they're going to go in initially. And then I forget how many minutes it says, but I'm following this pretty much right according to the directions. There it is, 4:59 minutes, and then flip for additional 2. So after 9 minutes, this is where we are. Flipping these, they're kind of round, so it's hard to get a flat surface to flip them on. But flipping them here, you can see they have already started to brown, and I can understand why they're flipping them because the bottom is a little browner than the top is. So that makes sense. Kind of get the heating on it all around. They go back in for the additional couple minutes, and bam, when they come out, you will see the sizzle that is going on with these things. It is sizzling from the bottom. You can see nice and hot color, nice and brown. So, imagine this being like a full crab cake with all the crab in it. And I gotta say, it was pretty good ratio of crab meat to the extra filling stuff. Not as well as that G&M restaurant I was telling you about in Baltimore, but not bad at all. I had a couple of different sauces I was just had as a side to see if I would try with it, but we're going to try it without any sauce first. Now, for me, I personally, especially when I see the grease and oil in a pan, like to have a paper towel just to sop up some of that oil. You can see there's just a little bit there while it's hot, especially. That's just something I do. I don't know. I like to not have as much, and it's not necessarily healthy oil that's in it. So if I can sop it up on the paper towel, I will do that. You can see the crab meat here. So it definitely has got a good ratio, like I said, of the crab meat. And the flavor is pretty good. I have to say, it's pretty good. It is really very close to what you would get in the Phillips restaurant, from what I remember in terms of having the crab cakes there. And I would give this a 9 out of 10, actually. Just, easy to make, easy to just reheat there. And this taste is pretty good. You're talking about having crab cakes for dinner. These are mini crab cakes, of course. So if you're doing hors d'oeuvres, that might be the thing for you. 9 out of 10 on that. All right, then moving to the ice cream bars. This is the Kirkland brand. They actually serve the name brand of some ice cream bars, and I'm just blanking on what the name brand is. Haagen-Dazs. That's what it is. They have the Haagen-Dazs bars that are similar to this, that have the almond, I think they call them almond bark. And then it's the vanilla ice cream in the middle. So this says it contains a bioengineered food ingredient. And it's the first time I'm seeing that. And I'm curious as to which one of these ingredients is bioengineered. Soy lecithin, maybe? I don't know. I don't know which one of those is bioengineered. So sounds like it might be some GMO stuff going on in here. Don't know, but thank you, Costco, for letting us know that that is in there for people who are trying to avoid that type of ingredient. And I'm, of course, obviously not as healthy and clean of an eater as I should be, as I am going to try this. And it's not a big deal to me as I eat, ice cream and things that are probably not as healthy every day, trying to do better. But for you, that's what I'm going to say. For you, I'm going to taste this. It's not for me. It's not because I'm obese. It's because I want to help my fellow Costco shopper. So this is for the Costco cousins. Here I go. To prepare it, you just pull it out the package and put it in your mouth. There's no cooking or any other additional preparation. Looks good, nice, healthy amount of almonds there. And I like almonds, so you're not gonna have any complaints from me there. Extremely crunchy. The chocolate is thick there, so this tastes pretty good. I don't know what they're bioengineering in this thing, but I like it. Of course, it is a dessert, so you don't want to eat two of these every day, but one every once in a while. Come on, people. You only live once. I don't know why people say that, but people say it, so I'm saying it here too. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. The ice cream is nice and creamy, as ice cream should be. The chocolate is not overpowering. It's pretty good. A nice thick bark of chocolate on there. I like it. I like this. So I'm gonna say this is a 8 out of 10 for me, and it's just because for me. I would like even more chocolate. It's like the ice cream is just a bit much. It's more ice cream than I care for. I'm lactose intolerant, so I probably just want a little thin layer of ice cream in there. But as you can see, I finished this and it was pretty good. 8 out of 10. Yes, I would recommend. Now, staying in the dessert department, let's go on to the tiramisu. And this is, of course, a product of Italy. Tells you got some sponge cake that's soaked in coffee, which, man, that sounds good to me. I've had tiramisu in plenty of restaurants just eating out, and I do like it. I like tiramisu. that little coffee taste. It's pretty good. And this one looks good, and it comes in a glass. So there's a glass container there that is absolutely reusable, and the lid fits nicely on it as well. So if there's something else you're doing, desserts, maybe taking a couple shots of tequila, you can keep this glass for other things. And quick taste test here, it's pretty good, I gotta say. Again, tiramisu in the restaurants is where I've had tiramisu before, and this is as good as that, I would say. So this is going to be a 9 out of 10 for me with this particular product. 9 out of 10 for the tiramisu. So there you have it, folks. Those are the 4 items that we're doing today. If there is an item that you want to see featured here, as I am about to go into the Costco right now, it's right in front of me there, let me know and I'll stop by and pick up that product, and you will see it in the next episode when we do the Costco product taste test for the next video. Until next time, though, if you've made it this far, please push the subscribe button just to help us get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And then also the like button that helps the algorithm to push this content to other like-minded Costco cousins who might be looking for it. And I appreciate you. You got a lot of videos out there that you can choose from. And I thank you for choosing this one. I really do. Until the next time, I'm out.